Hey folks, Alex here, and today we're going to explore one of Roll20's more out-of-the-way features, the card deck. Hey folks, welcome back to the fire, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a custom deck in Roll20. Now, decks have all sorts of uses. You can play actual card games, so you can create actual decks to play actual card games with hands and decks to draw from with your players. You can also use like a deck of many things for your players to draw from in their tabletop RPG. You can do what I'm doing today, which is creating a tarot deck. So you can do readings for your party when they encounter certain individuals, and all sorts of other uses for a deck. I know a lot of people use it to kind of randomize their encounters. So if they want to play a certain group of monsters, or even just, you know, if it's a non-combat encounter, they can just draw from a deck to kind of get a better idea. It's a great way to randomize things. But I guess first off, let me show you where you're going to find the decks in Roll20. And I already have it open, but if you need to navigate to it, it's in the top right corner of your screen once you're in Roll20, under the Collections tab, which looks like either your typical pancake or hamburger stack with like 3 little dots next to it. So it's the Collection tab, you click on it, and within it there are 3 sections. You got macros, decks, and rollable tables. And macros and rollable tables are awesome in their own right, but today we're just going to be focusing on decks. And by default, if you're creating a Roll20 game in 2022, you're going to have the safety deck and the playing cards. So you'll get a standard actual deck of playing cards here, right? We just drew the 7 of spades here, and I'll delete my card here. Let's go ahead and actually remove that. And then you'll also see the safety deck, which Roll20 has like specific rules on how to use this deck, but basically you have like a keep going, you have like a stop, and you have like a slow down, and it's supposed to be used to kind of make sure folks are all on the same page in their game. So I'm going to go ahead and, let me recall all the cards, and then I'm going to hide that. So those are the 2 decks that are default to Roll20. And you can also buy a ton of decks too. So I know in the marketplace there's several decks you can get. I've even purchased a tarot deck in the past, but you know, I just want to upgrade it with some artwork that I got from Wormwood. So yeah, without further ado, let me show you how to create a custom deck. So the first thing you want to do is just hit that add button right next to decks here, and boom, you'll get a new deck in the bottom section there. You can click on it. Now we can change the name. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to call this like test deck for video, right? And there's all sorts of settings here that you can change. You can have your players access the deck, or at least see the deck. So you can check that or uncheck that. You can show card tooltips. So let's say you had a card that was just a picture and it didn't really have any card text on it. You could add card text below it by creating a tooltip. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. You can toggle on players can draw cards or not. You can change the way the card deck works, if it's an infinite deck, or if it'll run out and then you'll have to reshuffle. And you can, allow choosing specific cards from the deck. So I, sometimes, let's say if I wanted to create this tarot deck where I wanted to kind of predict the outcome, and have kind of a more scripted encounter with the cards that the players see, I can make it where the GM chooses that, but I'm not going to. It's going to be truly random. And you get the idea. You can set up a discard pile, a remove cards pile. Think like Yu-Gi-Oh, how you can have a discard pile as well as like things that are removed from the game, and in other types of card games, trading card games. And then you can also change how things pop up on the table. So I like face down for my tarot deck specifically. So like imagine I'm dragging a card onto like a tarot cloth. Like in real life, take my cards, put them on the tarot cloth, and then I flip them for that big reveal. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have it face down when I place them, so then I can just flip it and my players can see that. This is an important piece here, is what your cards are considered. So you have a drop down, 2 options of either drawings or tokens. So if you wanted to use your deck to kind of have cards be like monsters, for example, you could have that be tokens, where they'll have bubbles and stats. Otherwise, drawings are fine. It'll just be like a big square or rectangle in this case, and you'll be good from there. So now let's talk about card size. Now I always use a card size mainly because in the past I wasn't able to really get the auto default sizing to work very well, so I'd drag things onto the map and they wouldn't show up. So I just prefer just having a dedicated card size for mine, and this is one that I recommend, 316 by 556 pixels. So that's worked for me. You know, your mileage may vary, but that's what I use to make sure my cards show up on the screen. And from there you can change also what players and GMs see in other people's hands. So let's say you were playing, I don't know, like a game like Wingspan or Catan or something. Obviously you wouldn't want people to see the front of their cards. You'd want to see them, just the number, right? Or, you know, vice versa. If you wanted to play like an open game or like some sort of trading game where you could see everybody's cards, maybe you'd have the front of cards available too. Anyway, these are all the options you can do for your deck. All sorts of custom things for a bajillion different games if you want to go that route. Now let me show you how to add in artwork and cards for your game. So the first thing you want to do is scroll all the way down here, and you're going to be able to upload your card backing. So this is just the artwork for the back of the card. Click choose file, and in my case it already bumped into my, where I have mine saved here, my TTRPG art, tarot, and my backup card is right here, the 78 backup card. Before I add it, this deck is awesome. This is a Kickstarter I did. I'll just show you the camera now, of the Corrupted Tarot deck from Wormwood, and here's the physical card deck here, and just tons of different artists worked on this project to make awesome Corrupted Tarot, and now I just want to put it in my digital game. So when I kickstarted it, they gave me a digital copy of all the art, and so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just adding it to Roll20 so my players in all corners of the world can enjoy the tarot deck as well. Anyway, and yeah, I'll link to the Wormwood shop in the description. Not a sponsor, but if you like the art that you saw and you want to buy the deck as well, you can buy it there. All right, cool. So I'm going to click the back of the card, hit open, and you see the telltale Roll20 progress bar here. It's going to take a minute for that to load. So boom, now the card backing is there. I'm going to hit save changes just because I always like to save things. I'm going to go back to that test deck for the video, and I'll show you how to add another card. So you can do it individually or all at once. I'm going to show you how to do it individually just to make it simple, and then I'll show you all at once, because that's probably, if you have all the art for your cards already, adding multiple is much quicker option. But anyway, so the first one I'm going to do is the Fool. So that's an easy one to do in tarot. And so I'm going to open up the artwork. So now I'm going to add the tooltip, which is just a quick, for me, I just want to be able to quickly do my readings without having to look things up. So I'm just going to write down upright, because in tarot it'll either be upright like it is now or reversed. And for the Fool means in the upright position, kind of like opportunity. I know that's oversimplified, so if you're into tarot, I'm just oversimplifying it just so I can quickly glance at it and get an idea of what the reading is going to be. But yeah, upright opportunity. I'm going to hit save, and now it's in my deck. So that's in my deck, and I'm going to hit save changes. So now I can go in to the collections here, and if I want my deck to appear on the screen, I just got to click on show. And I know it's only one card, but I still have to shuffle it. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. And now I'm going to click on it and drag it out as if I were placing the tarot in front of my players, right? Doing a reading. And just like I said, it's face down now. And now I can flip it by right-clicking on it. I'm going to click flip card. And now my players will be able to see that, the Fool. And now if I hover over it, I can see that tooltip that I put in there earlier, which is upright opportunity. So that helps me with my readings, and it's nice and quick. So that's how you add a card and what it looks like when you enter in the tooltip. So to add more, it's super easy. If you want to add, if you have all your pictures already and you want to do like a batch upload, all you got to do is go to your deck, and I'm going to go to my Corrupted Tarot that I already set up, because I already put all the front pages on this one. And so now I get to click on add multiple. And if you hit click to upload, I'm going to go ahead and choose the reverse section because I already did the front side. Now I want to add the reverse section. So these are basically the upside down cards, and they just mean the opposite when you select them. So now I'm going to hit open, and this is going to take a long time. So you know, it's got to upload all of these different cards, but trust me, it's a lot faster than individually waiting for all this. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this part of the video and show you what you can do next. Okay, so now when it's all uploaded, you'll see the crate in the bottom right. It was black before, now it's purple. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and now it's going to process. So this process takes a long time as well if you have a lot of cards like me. So I just put in 74 cards. It's going to take some time for this progress bar to get across the screen. So I'll fast forward this part up as well. See you in a bit. Okay, folks. So that's done. It's processed, and as you can see, all my cards are now in the deck. I've got both the upright and the reversed. So I hit save changes now that I'm finished. And when I drag out my full corrupted deck, I can hit shuffle now. And let's say I was just doing a 3-card reveal. I could drag my 3 cards out. And whoops, I actually flipped it while it was in there. But now I can just flip them. Let's say, you know, we did past, present, future. All right. We've got the 4 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Swords. And we've got the 2 of Pentacles with the first 2 in reversed and the last one upright. And now I can go ahead with my reading. But yeah, that's how you add cards to Roll20. That was super awesome, easy, and game changing.